So I am picking up the topic which is very untouched. It's about motherhood and the evolution of motherhood from past, present, and future. So let me start with my own story. I clearly remember the day I became a mom. It was a mixed feeling of the happiness and also the great responsibilities with it. Suddenly, I was not just a mother, but also a teacher, a guide, and a protector to someone. At that moment, I realized the strength of the mother, and it helped me to shape how I see motherhood, not for myself, but for all the people, all the women across us. Thank you, everybody, for gathering here today as we explore the journey of a motherhood through past, present, and future. It reflects not only the dynamic societal changes, but also the evolution of the technology and healthcare in the motherhood. So let's start by delving into the past. In ancient times, the role of the mother, it used to be deeply adored, and she used to be the integral part of the family. Like in the texts, Vedas, epics like our Mahabharata and Ramayana, what do we see? We see a mom as a wise, nurturing, and often divine figures. If I talk about the family system during that time, it was a joint family system. I clearly remember one day my grandmother, she was telling me about her childhood stories, how everybody lived under one roof. All the grandparents, uncle, aunts, family, children, they all were living together. What happened when they lived together? It helped them to grow mentally and physically. Every time there was somebody with them to take care of. And the education system I talk about during that time, it used to be very traditional. The traditional values and the skills were passed on from generations. So now moving to the present, we see that there is a substantial growth in the dynamics of the motherhood. We see a mother as a very smart and intelligent figure nowadays. Okay, so let me talk about the technology right here. We have seen that we mothers nowadays, we are juggling into many things, be it technology-wise, what we have to teach to the child, how we have to prepare the meals for them, everything. I vividly remember one day I was cooking something for my daughter. Along with that, I was helping her with her activities and answering my work emails, all at the same time. That hit me different. How today constantly the mother is juggling into all these places? What is the reason? The main reason about this is cut off the traditional support system. Like we have shifted from the joint family to the nuclear family nowadays. And even one day, all the mothers were sitting together. We were going through new educational apps, how we were learning how we can teach our children about new things. At that time, I realized these apps were not there when I was young. So look how technology have changed, both for the betterment and also for the worse. Okay, I'll talk about both positive sides and also the negatives of the technology. Talking about the positives, we have easy access to the information. Like with the swipe of the fingers, nowadays, mothers can learn about about the parenting, and then they can learn about the education and also the healthcare sector. Nowadays, we are having the wearable devices, which are helping us in many ways, which can monitor the health of the child and the mother with the peace of mind. Now, we are very much on the social medias. Social media has also played a major role. Like all the mothers can get connected over there. They can share their experiences, talk to each other, and learn from each other. Along with these things, there's also a downside to it. Like nowadays, we see excessive screen time of the children and also the mother, which is affecting them mentally and physically both. Nowadays, we see that children, most of the time, they are on the phones, and whereas on the other hand, mothers are also on the phone. The physical activity, it has reduced. Even it has also increased the distance between a mom and the child. One day I went to my friend's house. I noticed that the children, they were very busy over the educational apps. Oh yes, I know that they are helpful, but it created a distance between them. Then I realized it's very important to balance both screen time and the family time. At that time, I thought when I become a mom, I'll definitely make few strict rules. And I've even done that. When I became a mom, there was a strict rule. No screens at all. No sugar at all. How it helped me and my daughter. It helped us to foster our relationship. We had an emotional bond. I see that the children are not more emotionally connected to the parents or to the situations. Those children I'm talking about who are over the screens in comparison to those who are not using the screen. What do we talk about to my child? I talk about the education, about news, about the political, everything. She knows a lot, many things from a very young age. Now moving towards the future, we see the landscape of the motherhood. It will keep on evolving a lot. What do we see? We see the advances in the reproduction technologies like IVF and surrogacy. It will help a lot of people who are facing these challenges. Even we have seen there is acceptance in the society for the LGBTQ families and also for the single mothers by choice, where it will be helpful for them to, the technology will be helpful for them a lot. Just imagine a day in our life when these AI, robotics, they are playing a bigger role in our life. Like with the switch, we have a whole smart home-based devices. What we can do the household chores with a switch, and moreover, we can have AI assistances where we can schedule and manage the activities of the children, and the telemedicines which can have easy access to the healthcare. All these things will free up the time for the mother. In that free time, the mother can take out some time for herself and also spend some more time with her children. Like today, we have seen that how the exploration of the motherhood have taken place with the respected past, dynamic present, and the promising future. Nowadays, what do we take from all these things which I have discussed here today? Firstly, it is very important for us to balance tradition with the modernity. Yes, we know that the technology gonna change a lot. Yes, we know there will be diverse family structures. But what will never change is the love of mother, unconditional love, the nurturing nature, the wisdom that will always remain the same. As we embrace the future, let us be very mindful with all the challenges that come with it. We should create such an environment for the mother where she can navigate through these challenges very easily. Finally, I would like to thank every one of you, and I would like to say that please recognize and appreciate the mothers as much as you can. From where we have come, we need to respect her and even tell her how much we all love her, and this way she will be able to maintain and make future generations good. Thank you so much for joining me.